Hello, everyone. I came back from the coin shop today because I usually like to go once a week or so. And as you can see, I picked up some silver. And I was thinking that there's only, I don't know, about 12 million videos on YouTube sharing thoughts on silver. So I figured there's a shortage, so I kind of add my own. But anyway, enough with the bad jokes. As you can see, I did pick up some silver. Right here, I have some Britannias. Right here, I have some Canadian Maple Leafs. Those are two of my favorites. I like the Silver Eagles, obviously, also, and whatnot. In the past, I told you I was not buying any more Silver Eagles. For a little while, I had a Silver Eagle. That's it, just one. Because I had sold off a lot of the other ones I had because I wasn't paying crazy premiums. For a while, as some of you remember, they were like $15, $16, $17 premiums. If any of you follow Silver Seeker's channel, he quotes around, you'll see the premiums were insane. They were not worth it. And it was pretty obvious it was a temporary thing. Now the price of silver is $24, $26, and it's pretty easy to find Silver Eagles for around $29, give or take, which I think is fair. I think like a $5 premium for a common date Silver Eagle is, great. If you see it for $4, fantastic. Wouldn't pay much over that. The coins you see in front of you, of course, this is not a coin. This is a piece of poured silver from Cape Bars. I will get to that. Were $27 each. And as I make this video, the price of silver is $24.26 an ounce. So I paid $2.74 premium on each one of these. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't have any silver rounds. I don't like silver rounds. The shop where I go sells silver rounds for $26 each. And these are $27 each. Actually, sometimes he sells them for $26. He actually went up $1 this week, and that was something that was completely expected because the price of silver is going up this week. So no complaints from me. I'm very, very satisfied with that price point. I tend to like the sovereign silver because a lot of people will only buy sovereign silver. So if I'm paying $1 more, I could probably get that money back quite easily, and I have a wider market of people who are willing to buy them if at some point I decide to sell them. The other thing is I tend to shop a lot on eBay, and if you go to eBay, you'll notice that a lot of the bullion places that sell quite a bit selling these things a lot more than $27. I've noticed some of the larger places. I'm not just talking people who sell from their house, which is a lot of people. A lot of good people just kind of sell a little here, a little there. But the larger bullion places are selling some of these for like $31, $32 a piece, $33 a piece. So at some point, I think the premiums will creep up. And I think that the silver price is going to creep up. At this point, I should probably tell you, do not take my advice. I am not a financial planner. I think most of you are kind of smart enough to know that I'm not a financial planner and I'm just some guy just talking. So if you don't know that, I pity you. But anyway, if you're watching the markets like I am, you've seen that gold is currently $2,179 an ounce. And I'm not shocked that gold is over $2,000 an ounce. I am shocked that it is up to $2,179 so quickly. If you had asked me a couple of months ago, around the first of the year, do you think gold will be over $2,000 in March? I would probably say, yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance it will be. But I wouldn't have thought that it would go up to $2,179. I mean, I think that's a pretty substantial jump, really, to be that far over right now, and it seems, I tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if it's up substantially more than that by the end of the year. I wouldn't fathom to take a guess, but it's really something. Now, I know a lot of people live and die by the gold-silver ratio, and a lot of people think it means absolutely nothing. But still, I think it's pretty meaningful. It's almost 90 right now. And I think sometimes people misunderstand the gold-silver ratio. Some people think that they're firmly in lockstep with each other. When one goes up, the other has to go up. And I think people figure that there's nothing to do with them because they say, well, they're two totally separate, opposite things, and they have nothing to do with each other. Well, I think there's actually a little truth to each, to be honest with you. But for me, the big meaningful thing isn't so much in seeing a link in them. It's just that kind of just seeing them as two separate metals with two separate uses and whatnot. And I think if you can take advantage of one when the price is low in comparison to the other, maybe you can make a little bit on the side and purchase some of the other when the prices are comparatively down. Now, again, some people might criticize that and say that, that's ridiculous, you're doing something like that. But how many people do that with other things? Stocks are up, they might sell some of their stocks and buy real estate. Real estate's up, they might sell some of their real estate and buy stock. There's no, perfect correlation, obviously, between stocks and real estate, but, if you look at some stuff has value, some property with value, when one thing goes up, you sell it for something else. So, like I said, I'm kind of a little excited about silver in a way that I wasn't a little bit back in the past. Now, I always consider myself more of a coin guy than a bullion guy, and I still consider myself more of a coin guy than a bullion guy. And maybe that's why I prefer the sovereigns more than just like the straight out bullion, because it's a coin. It's technically a coin. But I'm getting pretty excited about it because I don't know. I'm kind of been thinking a lot about 2011 lately. And for those of you who haven't been around for the ride that long, 2011 was the year when silver had the highest close since 1980. It went up to 2000. Oh boy, not 2000. What am I saying? It went up to 49.70 or 49.80. I believe it was in April of 2011, and that was a kind of anxious time because I remember on a Sunday afternoon the market opened at 6 o'clock, and I just watched it drop. I think it dropped like $3 or $4 in one day, and I'm like, holy crap, what's going on here? And then the next day it dropped, and the next day. And if I remember correctly, please fact check me because I am getting older, but if I remember correctly, one of the reasons it was dropping was because on the COMEX, I guess you can borrow money to basically purchase on margin. And what they did was they tightened the margin requirements so people weren't able to borrow as much to purchase metals. So that kind of, at least this is what I remember reading, that kind of was one of the things that contributed to that drop because you didn't have as many people who were as able to buy as much metal, so it kind of led things to kind of go down a bit. So, little interesting factoid there. But anyway, like I said, for me right now, this is what I'm picking up. I'm picking up Maples, Britannias, the occasional Silver Eagle, Philharmonics. How can I forget about the Philharmonics? Now, that's really, and I've also picked up some of the Canadian Wildlife series from a few years back. Those are pretty cool. They have, if you haven't seen them, they have the Queen on the front, and they have, like, one of them has a moose, one has a bison, I think there's a grizzly bear, a wolf. They're pretty cool looking coins, and again, it's 1 ounce, and they cost about the same as a maple leaf. Mintage isn't high, but it's not low either. I think it's either 500,000 or 1 million. But they're pretty cool. There's a bunch of them being sold on eBay if you want to pick them up. And sometimes if you're patient, you can get them for about $29 a piece. So not too much more than what I paid, and that was with free shipping, the person I bought it from. But some pretty good stuff. Now this thing right here, this is, like I said, from MK Bars. I do have some of these. There's the back, not much going on there. I did a video in the past about these. If you are not familiar with MK Bars, they do some really, really cool stuff. I'm thinking this is probably one of his older pieces. It's not as as sharp as some of his newer ones that I've purchased. He does a lot with the Second Amendment. So if you check out one of my past videos, if you type in two-way enthusiast and like poured silver, I did a video on some of his stuff that I have. My wife was getting me, and I have like this silver Tommy gun that was poured. There's a cannon, another couple of other Second Amendment oriented stuff, and it does some really cool things. There's also gotten into doing like these 3D statues and stuff. But with this thing right here, something like this, he would probably charge about $49 for. So I have not been buying MK Bar stuff. As much as I enjoy it, I don't buy it new anymore because the premium I just think is a little too high. With silver being $24 an ounce, I don't want to spend $49 for an ounce. But this right here I picked up for $28. Plus there was a bit of an auction fee, so it was about $30. Now I don't mind paying a $6 premium on this. I would do that all day long because it's a cool, unique thing. But I'm not going to pay, over 100%. That's not happening. But when I do pick them up, when I do see them at shows sometimes, the premiums are quite a bit lower, more in line with like a $6 or $7 premium than like a $25 or $26 premium. So I do like to pick those up. Just, again, for the cool factor. I enjoy them. But anyway, that is enough about me rambling. I'll probably end up doing some more of these types of videos. I'm actually thinking about selling some of I have like some silver coins, like some like very common date BU type coins, kind of like my idea of bullion. Been thinking about maybe getting rid of some of those and getting some of these because, I don't know, I think it's because I'm getting older, but sometimes I just think like if something were to happen to me, it's just so much easier for my wife to say, okay, he's got like, 5 coins. Each one says 1 ounce of silver. That's 5 ounces of silver. It's just like a very easy thing to kind of get together and take away. I mean, it's bad enough I got some weird crap as it is, really. Some, kind of like out there things. Like something like this, like she understands, but I try to tell her stuff, but I'm kind of long-winded and boring, and people tend to lose focus on me. Of course, you're probably not hearing that right now because you probably tuned out of this video like, I don't know, we're at the 12-minute and 40-second mark. You probably tuned out like 10 minutes ago, but just in case you're still here, I'm sure you can understand her plight. Anyway, I hope you're having a good one. I will talk to you later. Keep stacking. Bye.